My first thing is I want to thank the people that are in the building today. It's special for the student athletes here. Today's landscape, and I'm sure all four of you have come to understand this, today's landscape moving into college athletics for high school athletes is harder than ever before. It truly is. With everything like revenue sharing models coming, NIL stuff taking large bulks of money, if you are not a 4- or 5-star blue chip athlete in what they call a revenue sport, it's a very difficult landscape for student athletes. So with that said, any commitment and ability to go play at the college level is absolutely huge at this time for high school athletes exiting after graduation. So I really want to, as a group, commend these four and commend the ones we had in our early signing period for being able to achieve something that's getting harder and harder to do. So congratulations, first of all, to all four of you of being able to do this.
Every time we do this, I'm always amazed at what our athletes go through to make it to the next level, and it feels special every time. As I said to these athletes today, the landscape for high school athletes moving on to college athletics right now is harder for high school athletes moving on. Obviously, with rules changing about junior college athletes moving on, with things like revenue sharing and NIL uncertainty, there's a lot of teams that just are reluctant to bring in high school athletes at the moment. And, we still see athletes getting 5th and 6th years, and that makes the landscape harder. So any high school athlete that's able to move on is a special thing. And when you look at our numbers from the entire year, we get to double digits every year, and we got there again this year. And I think it's almost taken for granted right now at Heritage, which is why I really emphasize these student athletes, how special this is, what a special thing it is for them to move on, and how proud we are of them, because at most public schools around the country, it's not that way. And so, we are really, carry a lot of pride for our alumni, and every time we say goodbye to a class like this, whether it's our early signing period, fall recognition ceremony, or this one, we have high expectations for them. We combine that with following up and really caring about their futures, and really follow to see, what impact they're going to make. But it's something special every time, and it's something we look forward to recognize these student athletes.
It means a lot, not only to me, but to my support system, well, family, girlfriend, friends, coaches that have been along this ride. It's a blessing to play college athletics at the next level, any division. I'm just thankful that Monterey Bay coaches, Coach White, wanted me and saw me as a person to help their program and grow. So I'm excited to get down to campus in August.
This means a great deal to me because I didn't think ever participating or being a part of a college team was possible for me. I didn't really do track kind of for the competitive side. I did it just for the team side, and then thanks to my coach who pushed me consistently to just keep trying, keep working at it, I was able to get this opportunity. So being able to have all my friends here and my coach here and my family here to support me means the world to me.
Growing up, I actually moved here from Michigan, so I left a lot of my family back home. And so when I moved here, it was very different. I only had my mom, my dad, and my little sister, so all my immediate family was gone. And then I ended up moving here and meeting a ton of new people who have always been here for me, supporting me, knowing that I didn't have that whole family foundation, and it really feels like I have that family again. So just knowing that was one of my biggest fears, and it kind of just all got wiped away in a heartbeat with all these people. It means so much.
Going to college has been one of my biggest dreams. It's as a child growing up, always wanted to go to college. I've also been between firefighting and medical growing up, and Butte College is a great fire organization and program, and the school fits me pretty well. I like the program of baseball. I love the landscape of the school, and I'm really excited for what's next to come.
Your journey is a little bit different compared to everyone else because you were committed to SF State before this.
Correct.
So let's talk about having that obstacle and kind of ending up at Monterey Bay.
It was a difficult obstacle to overcome, but I go by everything happens for a reason. It's all God's plan, and luckily, I think this is an upgrade to Monterey, and they just lost in the regional to get to the D2 championships, and they've been going there for the past 5-6 years, and they've won CCAA championships the last 4 years. So I'm excited to go to a winning program, and I'm thankful SF State recruited me too. But when they gave me the news about no more program, it hurt, but they were my first home, and then I found a new one. And baseball, college, it's all a weird game. You never know what can happen.
When I first got my first ever recruitment, I was completely astonished by it because I didn't think that would ever happen. I was recruited to 2 schools, and one of them I was so was a lot. Like, it was a lot to take in because I didn't think that would ever happen, and I was just like extremely grateful for the opportunity and to be able to continue like my running career, to continue to improve and everything like that.
I was torn between colleges. I was torn between Davenport, which is in Michigan where my family is, and I was torn between Vanguard, because at this point those were my last two options, and being that they were my last two options, I didn't really know what I wanted to do in terms of if I wanted to move that far away from my mom and dad or if I wanted to stay away from my family. But I always wanted to go to U of M, but I didn't end up going there for reasons in particular. They excel with medical aspects, but the business was kind of, I liked other places' business programs better. So when it came between the two, I really had to just like really narrow it down to like the finest of things, really like list the pros and cons, and then I ended up finding Vanguard was more of the place for me. I love the beach. It's literally like, it's walking distance to the beach, and there's so many different beautiful beaches. Coach Allen is there, and she was such a like determined soul in terms of like making sure her athletes stay dedicated and stay focused, and I felt like that's what I really needed in my life. And it's Christ-centered, which also just really pushed me to really be more drawn here in a sense. So that's how I ended up coming up with this decision.
Your families and all of their friends kind of come out today and say, I mean, the stands were pretty packed for this. I mean, how, from your point of view, how special is that for all these, for the athletes, to see the support system show up for a day like this?
It's phenomenal. When I took over as athletic director my first few years, we ran individual signings like we had done for years here at the school, and they would go up into our career center, and their family and friends for each athlete. Sometimes we would do two at once, and we have 30, 40 people in there, to recognize in a smaller room those athletes. Really, when we shifted was during the pandemic, and we did it, first outside, and then we came back in the gym, and we started saying, hey, it was tough for myself and the principal to make all those individual signings, and so we went to these larger group signings like a lot of other schools do. And the first thing I got from parents and athletes was, wow, this was so great to have so many more people come here to recognize our signing. There's a reason we do it in the certain time slot we do it, because students here have the ability to request to come to this as an assembly, and there just becomes so much more support. And people from other sports come to me, oh, it was great to see, a track athlete would say it was great to see a baseball player, and parents from the softball program might not have known about the soccer player signing and that sort of thing. So it really opens the doors to get more people in here and really makes it more visible what's going on with our student athletes who are going to the next college level, and that's been a huge positive for everybody.